All right, good morning, guys. Welcome to the Monday Dream Team Zoom. Today's topic is going to be Find Your Power, and it's going to be kind of a part two of what we talked about last week. So if you didn't get a chance to watch last week's Zoom yet, it is on my YouTube channel. And those of you that have watched it, you've sent back really great feedback and comments. And so I know a lot of what we talked about is kind of hard to think about, but those of you that did, like I can tell, like it really helped. So that makes me happy. So today's going to be part two of that. But before we dive into that, I'm going to go over very quickly the point system thing that I talked about yesterday. I still don't have a good name for it. I don't have a fun name for it, and that's driving me nuts. But basically, my thought process was when we as a team work together on a common goal, especially a common goal that has a fun ending to it. So in other words, fun prizes and rewards, that it just helps boost your spirit. And if your spirit is boosted, your business can be boosted. And I will say, just from posting the live yesterday and giving hints of what some of the points could be from, there were already so many more people that commented their 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's already so many more people on this Zoom alone. So I feel like it's already helping. Like, this is the kind of thing I wanted. I wanted us all just to come together and work together for the common goal. And the common goal is our business, your business, not mine, yours. So I still don't have like officially pretty. If somebody has a fun name, I can be so creative when someone comes to me and needs a name for something, but for some reason I'm trying to name it Spirit Point. Okay, I like this. Yes, throw in your ideas. But so basically where the points are going to come from are things like this. So I know there's probably 3 or 4 of you watching this as a replay on YouTube after the fact versus the faces that are actually on here with me right now. Some of you may be at work and you're doing your best to listen, but can you, goal getters, that's what we are. Can you or can't you, I don't know. It's hard to be at work and listen to a Zoom. So I get it. But so I'm not just throwing out points because somebody shows up on a Zoom, because it's very easy to just show up on a Zoom. It's also very easy to say hashtag replay. What the points are going to come from are when we talk about something and I say, give me an example of how you implement it into your business, and you comment that or you message me with that information. Because again, my ultimate reward here at the end of this is not something that I want to reward people for just doing the minimum. Because I'm just going to be upfront and honest, you guys. I took a whole group of people to Florida one year, a whole group. And a couple of those people, I know that they sold shit to their neighbor's dog to meet the requirements. And that's so aggravating to me. So I want to have like a fun, awesome reward, but I want it to be people who are truly in this business to win. A lot of these faces, I think all of these faces actually, were in boot camp last year. You guys, that was Sam's brainchild last year. That literally brought the team together. They kept us all in contact. They kept us close to the fire. And I'm missing that with the team as a whole. I'm not missing the insanity that was boot camp necessarily. Like, it was awesome, but on our end, it was a lot. But I am missing that unity. So first of all, thank you for the 9 faces that are on here today. That's already amazing that we have 9 people on a team Zoom. I know it's Monday. I know it's lunchtime, but I did it on purpose, hoping people could be on, except Sam, it's breakfast for her. So anyway, so the point system is coming together. Just know that it's not just a minimum show up and, check the box kind of thing. It's actually going to be truly implementing different strategies in your business. And so there will be things that pop up, and I'm not going to be like, hey, if you answer this question, it's worth 3 points. I'm not doing that crap either. If like I said in the live yesterday, if I take the time to go live about something, or I take the time to post something, it's because it's important. And so I know that I personally struggle with Facebook. Like, it doesn't show me anything from Freedom Thrivers. It doesn't show me anything from Thriving Sisters unless I go to the group's page. I'm an admin. I'm in someone's team page and I'm an admin to that team page, and they posted something. They're like, hey, did you see that? And I'm like, no, I didn't see anything. So it may be a matter of where you have to put a reminder on your phone, check Dream Team. I mean, I get it, because I have reminders on my phone that says check Freedom Thrivers, check Thriving Sisters, because I want to make sure I'm in the know, and we rely too much on Facebook to do that for us. And you cannot rely on the Facebook to tell you when something's going on. So if you're like that with Dream Team, if you're like, I don't get the notifications, I do my best to post. I also do my best to put stuff in the different chat groups that we have. But set a reminder, make it part of your to-do list. Like once a day, you check the team page. So that's part of what I just wanted to remind you guys. It is happening. It is in process. I do have some really awesome prizes already ready. They're like ready to mail out. I just have to, we have to get a week or so under our belt so we can get a first winner. So anyway, that's a point system. The second thing that I am going to start implementing, and I'm going to do it, I believe, through, what's that thing called? Sign Up Genius. That's what it's called. I'm going to do it through Sign Up Genius because I think every week will be a little different. But again, thinking through the team and thinking through the conversations I have with promoters on this team, a lot of times people will reach out and talk to me on Monday, sometimes even on Sunday. And I love that. Like anytime anybody reaches out and talks to me, I freaking love it. However, I notice a lot of times on Sunday and especially on Monday, it's a fresh week. We're excited. We're putting our plan together, right? Like, and so when people reach out to me, they're like, I'm doing this, and this, bam. I want to actually start talking to people on Wednesdays and Thursdays when the bam, bam, bam is shit the fan, right? You know what I'm saying? We're like the best laid plans and everything went to pot. That's when I want to start connecting with people. So through Sign Up Genius, I'm going to start putting out, I'll call them working hours. And I just, if you need me, I want you to know I'm here and I want to have a time, and it will literally be, hey, you have 15 minutes one-on-one with me. Tell me what your plan was for the week. How did it actually go? What great things happened? Maybe something shitty happened. Maybe you have a question. Where this idea is coming from is Miss Lisa Cook, who I know is at work right now. Lisa was on last week's Zoom, and some things were said that she was like, wow. And so obviously because of convenience, she was actually able to drive to my house after work one night, and we sat and we probably spent an hour, but I can't do it. I can't do it all the time with everybody, but we probably spent an hour and we went really deep into some of her goals and some of the things that were holding her back. And that is something I want to be able to do for all of you. And here is why I want to do it. Obviously, it's to help you, but you guys, I got so much out of that conversation with Lisa for myself personally. So selfishly, I want to do one-on-ones again because I learned from you guys. Anytime I'm pushing someone to be better, it pushes me to be better. And so again, I think as a team, we come together, obviously in our team Zooms, but I also want to give that opportunity. So I don't have it ready yet, but just be on the lookout for the Sign Up Genius. It'll be Wednesdays and Thursdays. Again, it may not be every Wednesday and Thursday. There may be like a Thursday where I don't know, maybe something's going on in my life and I can't be doing that. But I'm going to just put out open office hours basically. And it'll say, hey, Shantae, you got 15 minutes with me. Let's come to the table with like what's bothering you, what's not working, or better yet, what's working, because again, we can share all that stuff. The third thing real quick before we dive into the topic is please don't forget on Tuesday nights, it has been instituted now for a month or more. We have a team-wide Zoom. It's from Susan Kaufman on down. Again, it's a Zoom, so I know you can't always be on there. She does live stream it to the Freedom Thrivers team page. So if you can't be on it, you can catch it that way. The beauty of these Zooms is it's not just always Susan and Lindsay talking. They're asking people to come on and share. And so you'll get to meet a lot of the people who are your side sisters, or maybe even in your downline that you didn't know, that maybe you've not met them before. But it's also a place where we come together specifically to say, here's what I'm doing and here's what's working. And I don't know about you, but I always want to know what's working for someone else. It may not work for me, but I'm never going to know if I don't know about it, right? If I don't try it. So those were the three things I wanted to make sure we talked about: the importance of the point system, the availability of coaching Zooms midweek, Wednesday and Thursday, and then also just putting that bug in your ear about the Tuesday night Zoom, because it is an important one. Okay, so now let's get to the fun stuff. Let's get to the actual meat and potatoes. So last week we talked a lot about how you show up for your business. Like we talked about getting past the authentic you and not using your authentic self as an excuse. So for example, for those of you that might have missed it, maybe you're shy and that is your authentic self, but it's also become your excuse as to why you're not where you want to be in your business, right? I can't talk to those people because I'm shy. I can't get on and do a live. I'm shy. I'm naturally shy. If you throw a party, and some of you have, and I come to your party, I'm probably either coming early and helping you set up and leaving almost as soon as the party starts. I might come late and help you clean up after everyone's gone, Or if I do come and stay for the whole thing, I'm going to find a dog and I'm going to get in the corner. All right. That is me. That's me. But when I'm at work, I can be like this. Sam's podcast she shared this morning hits on, oh, okay. Yeah, I have it fired up, but I haven't listened to it yet. Okay, this is so good. I love when Sam and I are on the same page. Well, now it makes me want to listen to it before we have this. But anyway, so what I want to talk about is like we talked about having like that other version of you that shows up to get the job done. And so today I'm just going to break it down a little bit more specific and talk about some things in detail that maybe we brushed over last week. So when you show up for your business, like it can be literally or figuratively. I'm going to talk about the literal, like I'm literally physically showing up for my business. All right. So put yourself in that place. It's Monday morning. You are showing up for work. Now, a lot of you had to get up this morning and show up for your job, right? And so to do that, it required, I'm just going to make guesses here. It required a shower. It required packing your lunch. It required professional attire. It probably required hair and makeup. It required a drive to, like I'm thinking of Sonia, it required a drive all the way downtown into a parking garage. Like you do those things because it's your job and that's how you show up physically for your job, right? And so I'm going to step on my own toes. And if I step on your toes in the process, I apologize, but I'm going to step on my own toes right here. How many of us are so excited because we can work this job from anywhere? Girl, I can sit on the couch and I can work this job from the couch, right? My hair's wet. I can work this job. I can work from the back patio. I'm in my grungy clothes that I gardened in today. You would never go to your 9 to 5 in your grungy clothes. And you would never let your CEO or your boss from your 9 to 5 do a Zoom with you if you were hanging out with wet hair, right? So here's the beauty of this business. Down the road, when you're like, phew, Tuesday, I just had to start turning my checks over to my financial planner because I don't even know how to spend that much money. You can show up on a Zoom with a wet head, right? In your grungy clothes from the garden. But if you are not yet there, if you are not yet where you want to be in your business, and I'm not, you guys, I am not where I want to be in this business. 8 years and I am still not where I want to be. Okay, Tammy, if you're not where you want to be, how can you show up differently? I would have never shown up to my gift shop without maybe some curls in my hair and at least some powder on my face, right? I would not have shown up in dirty clothes. I might have actually put an apron on. I did. Sandra knew me back in the day. A lot of times I had to put an apron on to like unbox stuff and clean at the shop because I didn't want to look like crap when customers came in. Right? I would have never gone to my job right out of college. I had a job. I was an interior designer for a firm out of Cincinnati. You guys, it was hair, makeup, pantyhose. Like back in the day, like you had to wear your pantyhose. Like it was the whole thing. You had to have your special purse because you might have a client lunch. Like I would have never shown up to work not dressed to the hilt, ready to go, right? So what is my point here? What is your power outfit? Where do you find power? When you show up to work your business, if you are dressed in, and I'm not saying you have to be uncomfortable. I'm not saying anybody has to go get pantyhose. Trust me, I ain't saying it because I ain't doing it, right? You don't have to be like over the top, but I know there are people who enjoy the fact that you can work this busy. Your hair looks gorgeous. I curled it. Now I need to go dry this hair. Well, Sam, I'm going to give you the 9 a.m. excuse because it's only 9 a.m. where you are. But I know you've been up for hours. Sam has been up. She's been to the gym, you guys. She's done all of her things. She's got that routine where she is showing up as who she wants to be. So let's think about this. When you go to put on what you think is your power outfit, does it not fit right? Is it not fitting the way you want it to fit? Is it because you're not showing up a couple hours early to go for a walk or to do some push-ups on the kitchen counter or whatever it is, right? Where you find your power is in here, you guys. Sometimes the shield that we wear on the outside helps that power come out. And I know this is a lame ass example, but think of Superman and Clark Kent, right? Clark Kent was one way, but when he put on that Superman outfit, he was a whole other person. You need your Superwoman outfit. And it doesn't have to be a fancy outfit. It just has to be a non-slouched on the couch, or covered in my case, covered in mud and dirt from playing in the garden earlier in the morning, right? You need to be mentally and physically ready for your job. And I'm telling you, on the days, you guys remember my Zoom from a few weeks ago where I was like, I'm in a slump, I'm in a slump, I'm in such a slump. And I was honest with you guys. I started really dissecting my day, and I was doing so much stuff in the morning, getting dirty and gross in the garden, which was so fun. I love that part of my life. But then I was coming inside and working, and I wasn't showering until later in the day, because why would I shower? I'm already dirty. I'm just going to shower before bed, right? No, I have got to come in. I have got to take those clothes off. I have got to take a shower. I have got to put on a fresh set of clothes, because I am a different person when I am dressed and ready versus the girl who just came out of the garden. Are you guys following my thoughts here? Do some of you show up to work your business and you're not really dressed like you would do business? Now, I'm just in a t-shirt today, but it's a clean t-shirt. It doesn't have any wrinkles in it, and I'm in shorts that don't have any wrinkles in them. My hair, I actually did put some curls in today. You guys know I don't really wear makeup, but I do have my tinted moisturizer on, which makes me feel like I have on makeup, right? And that's how I'm showing up for my day. It's a Monday. I want to show up for this business. So I'm not saying you got to have pantyhose and heels and all that jazz. However, if you are the type of person who feels your absolute best in your heels and your hair done with your makeup and your earrings, do it. Show up the best way you feel, because I guarantee you, when you show up that way, your business is going to respond that way. Sandra says, I cannot stand face to face today not being clean. Wow, I could not get that sentence out. I cannot stand to face today not being clean. So I take a shower and wash my hair every single day, every single morning, and I have to get dressed. I've never been one of those who can hang out in their PJs all day. Yes. And I know myself. I'm the same way. If I don't get up in the morning as soon as my eyes open, if I'm like, it's early, you don't have to get up this, and I literally don't have to get up that early. But I know if I don't, I know if I lay there, I know, especially if I pick up my phone and lay there, it'll just put me in this blah, and I will stay there all day. So I literally have that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 moment that we all learned about years ago, where you're like, I don't have to get up. I don't really want to get up, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, my feet are on the floor and we are up. And then my day goes completely different. So other things I want you to think about, like we've got our power outfit down, right? Like we know that we've showered if we needed to. You guys, I get this. When you work from home, some of you haven't even brushed your teeth yet, right? The first time you jump on a Zoom or you start sending out messages, get up, brush your teeth, brush your hair. So again, I'm not saying you have to go all glam, but get yourself presentable. If somebody showed up at your front door unannounced at 7:30 in the morning, and you were going to sit down in a chair next to them and have a conversation, you would run and throw on a bra. You would run and brush your teeth. You would grab a hair clip or a hairbrush. You would do something, and you would most likely rip off your nightgown and put on some, like, whatever, right? Bare minimum, you would do that for somebody that you were going to, because you don't want them to smell your breath, right? You don't want them to see your nipples through your shirt, right? Like, this is right. Team no bra. Charlotte says no bra. You do you, girl. But I'm just saying, if somebody shows up at my house, my first thing is going to be like, oh my God, the girls are out. But again, so have that respect, right? So we're talking about like your bare. For some, it's going to be bare minimum. For some, it's going to be full glam. Whatever it is, get yourself physically presentable so you show up for work. If you guys have to pretend you have a boss, pretend. What would your boss say if they came in and saw you on the couch with your legs up, scrolling through TikTok looking for a reel to recreate, right? Pretend Jason Camper is stopping by to see how you work your business. Yes. Ding dong, Camper's at the door. What are you going to do now? Right? And I'm not saying you have to live this way forever, but I'm just saying if you're in this business, Tammy, and you're not where you want to be, Tammy, you got to show up differently, right? So I'm yelling at myself, not you, but I want to share with you what I'm going through, because I think that's how we grow. So second thing, your power space, your power place, the environment that you're in. I am fortunate enough that probably pee my pants if you showed up. Yeah, exactly. I would definitely run and brush my teeth, and I'm sure you'd put that bra on, Charlotte. So your power space or place. Again, I could do this Zoom in my living room chair. I could be doing it on my phone, right? No big deal. But there is something very different about me being in my office, right? I have my calendar in front of me. I have my space. This is where I work. Where the chair in the living room, I could work there and I have worked there before, but I also watch YouTube out there and chit chat with friends. But in this room, I work. And not everyone has an office. I get that. Tom and I have a very small home, but there's only two of us in here. So we have space. This was a third bedroom or some crap. It was actually a porch. That's what it was. This used to be a porch. Anyway, it's my office now. So maybe you don't have space for a dedicated office, but I will challenge you on that because I am going to call Samantha Cox out. When she needed an office space at one point, she just used her closet. So never say never. There is a nook, there is a corner, there is something somewhere that you can call your own, and it can be where you do your work. And if you, I don't know how many of you guys have ADHD. I do. And I find that when I try to just picture it. Tammy in her PJs from the night before. And I'm like, I'm going to do my reach outs. And I go and I sit in my office was my kitchen table for 4 years. Yes. And it can be your kitchen table still. I mean, I'm glad you have your office now, Court. You got your dream house. But yeah, your kitchen table. I need to go back to my office. I realize to get more down there. Yes. So case in point, me and my PJs early in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to get these reach outs done. I'm going to go sit in my chair in the living room and get it done. I have ADHD. I send out one reach out. It reminds me of something I wanted to see. I turn on YouTube, right? I end up watching a garden video that makes me think of a girl that I can do a reach out with. I somehow end up on Instagram to do her reach out, but now I'm into the reels, right? And then before you know it, it's 10 o'clock and I'm still in my damn PJs. Or I've showered, I've got myself put together and I'm sitting in my office. I can get in this office and I can do reach outs like that. It's just something mental with me. But I bet it's also something mental with you. So if you're struggling to stay on task, if you're not where you want to be in your business, find the space. Now, some of you have chaotic homes. Sandra Dilbeck no longer has a chaotic home, but a couple weeks ago, when all of her children and their children were there, she actually sent me a message one day and it was like Mayday, like there was no place in her home that was quiet. And I was like, girl, pack your shit and go to what's that chicken salad chick? Like get out of the house, like go find a booth in the back, set up your little table and your laptop and work. And some of you may need to do that, right? Ronnie says, family, leave me alone in there. Yeah, Grant. Yes. And it's not broken French fry. It's not a bad thing that your family wants. Like that's, again, here we are at that line. We're like, yeah, but we're doing this business because we want to be with our family. Okay, well, being with your family and doing this business are two separate things. You can be in the closet in the spare bedroom working in your makeshift office, or you can be on the kitchen table working on your makeshift office. And you can lay down the law like, hey, mommy, grandma, whoever, I'm working right now. This is my office. This is my space. I need my 30 minutes. And you guys, I'm only saying 30 minutes. How many of you realize this business doesn't take hours on end to run? It does not take hours on end to run. Your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 does not take that long. Busting out a couple of reels does not take that long. Hopping on a team Zoom does not take that long. That's why people with full-time jobs can do this also, right? So I'm not saying that you have to lock yourself up forever, but I'm saying if you're not where you want to be in this business, you might want to get out of the living room. You might want to get out of the kitchen, and you may flat out want to get out of your house. You may, on your drive home from work, there may be a little coffee shop between work and home, and you may pull in, set yourself up for 30 minutes on their free Wi-Fi, get an ice water. You don't have to pay for anything. And then go home and have the rest of your night. But you have to find your power place or your power space, the environment that is going to encourage that. Now, if you are going to have to get out of your house and coffee shops are supposed to be quiet places, but they're really not, right? Like there's a lot of stuff going on. You might need your earbuds. You may need your earbuds at home. There have been times, God love his little heart, but Tom learned the hard way. If my office door is shut, it's shut for a reason, because there for a while, if any of you remember the 4 months over last winter where he was home for 4 solid months, he would just wander in my office when I was like in the middle of typing and put his laptop in front of me and be like, what do you think of this? It doesn't go well. That doesn't go well, right? So we had to learn the rule. If my earbuds are in, don't talk to me. Or talk, I'm not listening. Or if the door is shut, it's because I'm working. And so you may have to lay down these rules, and it may seem mean or uncomfortable at first, but you guys, you got to do what you got to do for your business. My goal is to shut that door as often as possible now so that in 10 years, that door doesn't even exist. right? I'm willing to do that now so that down the road that doesn't even exist. I'm willing to get dressed for work every day and sit in this space that encourages me to work efficiently so that in 10 years I don't have to get my butt out of the pool. But I'm never going to get my butt in that pool if I don't get my butt in this desk chair. So you have that conversation with you. Where is the place? What do you look like when you're doing it? Right? Where is your mind? How are you showing up for work? And I know people are gonna be like, but that's why I joined this business, because I want to work from home. I want to, I want to be with my family. I get it. Me too. Me stinking too. But I also know that if I don't make these choices and these changes to how I show up to do my business, I'm not going to ever have that true freedom of every bill being on auto pay, of every opportunity to take off and fly somewhere, right? Like I I'm looking long term. I'm willing to make short-term sacrifices for these long-term goals, right? And that's what I want you to remember. So I know last week we talked a lot about like kind of like the well, I asked, so here, okay, so here I will ask you, those of you that were on last week or caught the replay, did you name your person yet? Did you name who you are when you're working? Did you come up with that name? If you did, throw it in the chat. If you didn't and you're still struggling, throw it in the chat and let us know, because I come up with, again, I come up with other people's names really quickly, but I couldn't come up with my own. Sandra says 6 years after leaving teaching, my alarm still goes off at 6 a.m. I named Sandra Sassy Sandra. And let me tell you, Sassy Sandra, she's been showing up for the last week. She's not been dealing with people's excuses, right? She's been showing up on Facebook with bold posting, right? Because Sassy Sandra's working. Sandra Dilbeck was in Texas with her family, helping her daughter move in, taking care of her grandbabies, spending time with her daddy. But Sassy Sandra was working her business. There's the difference, you guys. Sonia says, I have not come up with a name for myself. Okay, you guys, we need to come up with something for Sonia, her ego, her alter ego. Yeah, self-confident Charlotte. Self-confident Charlotte. She doesn't take no for an answer. No is just a maybe for now. Yes, I like self-confident Charlotte. Yes. Coach Lisa. Yeah. So when Lisa came over, as I was telling you guys, and we spent some time together, we just kind of went through some names. I was like, I don't know, naming off all these things. She's like, oh, Coach Lisa. I like Coach Lisa. And we had a long conversation about what Coach Lisa does. And I'm going to tell you guys, I love Lisa. You guys all love Lisa Cook, right? We all love Lisa. I don't want to be in a room with Coach Lisa for too long, because I think she'll whip my butt into shape, right? She won't take my excuses. She'll have me signing up for that couples pack overnight, because I won't say no, right? Ronnie needs a name. So you guys, let's put your heads together for Sonia and Ronnie. They need some names. And Sonia and Ronnie, I will tell you, what are some of the attributes that you want you at work to be, because that might help. Lisa wanted to be able to direct people in a manner that was respectful, and that to her meant a coach. Sandra just is sass. I mean, we all know Sandra is sass, but sometimes she's too sweet. And so Sassy Sandra is the one that can deal with you delicately, but so think about what you want. All right, so this was quick. It was fast. I talked a mile a minute. I hope it was helpful. Lunch and Grow is popping up. I hope to see you guys all on there. Please send me a message, a private message of what your alter ego name is, where your space is, and how you see yourself showing up. How are you showing up for your job physically and physically, like what are you wearing, what are you doing, and where are you sitting? Okay, with that, see you guys later. Bye.